Hello, everybody. Today is day 1 of March of Robots. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. Markers first. I'm going to try something new. I'm going to work with markers so maybe you can see the sketch, and then I'm going to go over with the Sharpie and see how this works out. This is the first time I'm doing March of Robots and the first time I'm recording it, so we'll see how it's going to go. Let me just talk to you while I'm doing this. I'm just going to just make up things, right? So let's just get going and just see what comes out of it. I'm going to go with something familiar, like a Star Wars robot or something, because we're just going to start basic, and then we're going to work into, like, maybe, eventually, maybe some kind of human form robot. I want to keep it simple, because I don't know what's going to happen here. This may fail. If you're seeing this, it's a success. If you aren't, I'm the only one who's watching. So let's just start off with, like, it's going to be like a probe droid, right? So I'm going to do something like this, right? And again, quick sketch. I'm just trying to figure this out. Maybe a middle line. We're going to do an eye like that. I'm going to do a couple more eyes. I like the whole probe droid with the multiple eye type kind of thing. So I want to do this and see if we can come up with our own, like, version of the probe droid. But not even the probe droid, right? The Imperial probe droid, that's what it is. But we got to make him a little different, so I want to make him a little shorter, maybe, you know? Maybe we'll add just like a few little antenna. And so can you see this? Can you see what's going on? That's why I wanted to do this, so we have more visual, because everybody says they can't see what I'm sketching, and so I'm just showing you don't really need to see what I'm sketching, because I don't even know what I'm sketching. I'm just kind of making this up as I go. And so we're going to make, he's going to have some arms, like some little praying mantis arms, so we're going to do something like this. And again, I'm just kind of making up, like, if he's got stick arms, they're going to come down here and go back in, right? This one's going to come down here and go back in, so maybe you can see something like that. But what are they going to do? Like, are they just that? They're just stick arms? Or are they going to actually grab something? Who knows, But we'll say, like, maybe there's a cable coming out to it, something like that. One going back here is connected to that. This arm is going to come through. And maybe that's got like a little grabber on it that does something, just something like this, just to come up with something like an Imperial probe droid. Again, I'm not trying to draw an Imperial probe droid, but that's where I'm starting, just so we don't overextend ourselves or overthink this. Because the other thing I want you to get from this is, like, we're just creating shapes. We're just trying to come up with a nice silhouette. Ooh, maybe something like that. There we go. A nice silhouette to stand out, to make it different, Because that's part of the trick to Star Wars, is they always said that they want everything to be memorable, recognizable from the silhouette. Then you can tell exactly what it is, or who the character is. Let's do the old tube on top. Everybody does stuff like that. Little what do you call it? Little canisters or things like that are sticking up on top. And I don't know. Well, I was gonna say I don't know why. I was gonna say I just see it a lot, and I don't know why I was gonna say I don't know why. I know why. It's cool. I think that's good. A good start right there. Just some kind of quick probe like that. Can you see that? It looks like you can. So now I'm just going to jump in with the Sharpie, and I'm not worried about whether any of this stuff is perfect or not. That's never what these drawings are about. I'm just going to play around with what I can do. Oops, sorry, I just bumped the camera. Let's see where it can go. So obviously I want these circles. I'm going to try to make them round, but I'm not worried about if they don't come out perfect. There, see? It's not perfect, not at all. But I'm okay with that, And I'm just kind of building the basics of, okay, I see that I want to do this, and then I'm going to add little stuff all over the place, and now I'm going to start to make it robotish, right? Oh, you know what I really like on the probe droid? There's like one that's off to the side. Let's say it's over here, and it's like this, and it's kind of breaking the silhouette. It's a little different. It's like this one that's off, like this, So in other words, it's almost like these, but as if these were out towards you, you know? So let's play around with some lines now. Let's say this has got like this maybe, where it's got like an indentation like this where it's coming through. You know, and so then maybe it's also connected like right here, like that. And I know this should all be perfect because again, it's robots, it's parts, right? But I'm not worried about stuff like that. I'm just designing, you know, having fun with some lines. And maybe that's going to be the other thing about March of Robots for me, is that I'm not worried about perfect lines. I'm more worried about having fun with it and sticking through. Because the other problem is I'm doing this while I'm doing my other drawings, and I don't know how plausible that's going to be. Let me get something else real quick too. I got a couple different pens just to try this because I want to try different line widths and stuff like that. This might be too small, so let's try this one real fast. It's a brush pen. I'm just afraid that it's gonna have too variable of a line, so let's see what happens here. I'm gonna try to make this thicker, but I'm more concerned with if this is gonna be possible doing. See, that's what I didn't like, is all the doubles. That's okay. If this is possible doing it while I do my regular drawings, like and also this is a good experience for you, that you might not be able to do them all. You might not be able to do it every single day. That's okay. It's not something you should stress about, and don't beat yourself up for, because I may not be doing this every day. I'm gonna try. Absolutely, I'm gonna try. But it's hard. It really is. But just trying to find the time just to do it, it may not be possible. But you know what? We're trying. And then, you know, do this. If you can't do it every single day, don't beat yourself up. Just jump back in when you can. Keep it like that. Just keep the momentum going of, man, I had to take a break. Too much schoolwork. I had to go to the doctor, something like that. Do that. Take care of yourself and do what you got to do. Don't beat yourself up, and then we'll come back and join us when you can. Let's do like that. So it's called March of Robots. You're supposed to do it every day. Well, you want to try to do it every day, but it's not always possible. Let's just face it, you know. So don't beat yourself up if you can't, because I may not do it every single day either. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to add like the edges. So I was doing this, so I'm going to kind of show my edge that I was doing there. I just kind of want to do some kind of strange like silhouette of extra parts. Don't know why. I don't know where that's going. I'm just drawing it like that and seeing where it's going to go. I drew kind of a lip on the edge, and I kind of like that, so I'm going to keep it. And then I'm going to curve it back around. This may not be perfect, but again, I'm not worried about that. Let's just bring it in. Oh, look, and it's off. Look at that. Look how off that is. That's okay. Let's extend it like this. Bring it around and connect it like that. It's about working with what you got, okay? We could either throw it away and start over, or work with what we got. It's a little off, but that's okay. We're gonna say it's like that because it's got this indentation over here that's got these parts that do that. Because the other thing that's really cool about this is no one can tell us we're wrong. We're just making this up. And so we're gonna say, well, it's got this extra side, and that's why it's got stuff like this, and that's all you can see, you know? Who knows what that is? These are robot parts, you know? And again, we're working with handheld drawings that are almost impossible to get perfect. I'm sure some people can do it. I can't. And this is our excuse to, yeah, it's okay if it's not perfect, because there's so many things in here that we can't, unless you're using a straight edge or some kind of ellipse, something to get it perfect, there's no way we're going to get it perfect. So resolve to be okay with that, you know? Ooh, let's do some indentions like this. Like, who knows what's going on back there, right? Crazy. Almost looks like a hamburger, right? So I've got one over here that's off a little bit, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. Let's draw this little antenna that we did here. Something like this. And it doesn't have to be perfectly in there either. Let's go ahead and draw some mystery parts back here. Who knows what they are? Who knows why they're back there and why it's off? It's not inside there. But I think that also helps make the realism of it's not perfectly designed, you know? And here's the old piston thing that everybody draws sticking up, you know? I get it. Like I said, it's cool. It's fun. Something like that, and then we'll add some crazy color in there to define it. Who knows? But again, we're adding like robot parts to help it look manufactured, you know? Okay, so I did a couple arms here, so they're in front, so I have to draw them before I do the bottom of the hamburger monster we have here. Ooh, let's do an eye back here, watch this. Like that, that's all you can see. Because it's going around, that's all you can see of it. Yeah, I like that, let's do an arm here, so I'm gonna do the middle part here. Right, and then we're gonna draw some kind of, what do you call it? Pivot thing? Yeah, that. Same thing, we're gonna do something like this. And again, our parts are gonna look silly, like bending and not straight, and I'm okay with that. I mean, it's something you kind of have to accept in doing something like this, that if you're going to be doing it by hand, it's okay for it to be a little what do you call it? A little organic. Especially if you're expecting to draw robots, it's got to be organic. There's no way you can do every single little line. Okay, so I want this to be going down and up inside, so I'm going to draw the bottom edge. So let's do this. I don't know why I just did that, or it's just part of the robot, you know? Bottom edge. And again, it's just part of it. The nice thing too, if you ever like, oh, it's got too much of a curve, look how that goes up. That's not looking like a robot. The nice thing is, if you go and look at the original creators, oh my God, I didn't plan it, so I didn't write their names down. But if you go look at the original guys, he does a lot of cartoonish looking robots that there's no way they would bend like this, stuff like that. There's no way they'd have those kind of curves. But he makes it work, and he's okay with doing what you want, you know? I like a lot of circles, apparently. Let's do a square with a circle inside. And I'm just breaking up the up and down motif here. I'm just going side to side, you know, kind of mixing up that it's gonna have some side to side parts, right? Ooh, let's do one like this. Why? Who knows? Some kind of vent system, right? All right, I like that. Let's just draw the arms coming in. And so I'm gonna have this one coming down, connected like that, and going back up to it. This one kind of broke through, but that's okay. I'm just gonna keep going down with it like this. Back up to it as well. And I decided to do like a little tube, or not a tube, but a cord, something hanging down. So let me connect this, go back up, and that goes up inside, so that's where it's coming from, right? This one, same thing. I'm gonna do that like that. And this, I'm gonna do like this. Just kind of an exaggerated, you know, connector. There we go. You know what we should reference? You know what we need to start looking at when we're talking about robots and crazy things like that? The Matrix. And the reason I say that is because Jeff Darrow, that's how I've always said it. I don't know if it's Darrow or Darrow. he designed all the robots and stuff like that almost too much. I mean, it was crazy. But his designs are just ridiculous, and ridiculous in a good way. Like, it's too good is what I'm trying to say. But his designs are just so good that that's what I want to look up for robot parts. Okay. All right, let's do another one sticking out here. Kind of the same thing, like, but let's do, instead of these little claw things, let's do like little pinches. Oh, I gotta draw this first, because you always draw what's in front first. That way, when you draw what's behind, you're not accidentally drawing through, and also it looks right. So I'm gonna draw a little pincer like this. A 100% profile of it. Like, you're not always gonna be seeing the profile of something, but in our version you are. And I'm okay with that. Now I can connect this. Going underneath. We're gonna do another one coming down here. Oh, I did it again. I started from the back. I need to do it from the inside. Watch. Boom, that's where it connects. All right. Now see how I did that different too? I broke that up instead of doing a straight line, just to mix it up, just to give it a little bit of, I was gonna say chaos, but not chaos, that's not the word I was looking for. A little bit of variety, that's the word. So it's not the same thing over and over again, you know? This one. Just to break it up, to say, yeah, it's manufactured, it's not just me drawing a line. I mean, anyway, that's my theory. That's my idea of, like, a lot of times when I make weapons on my drawings too, I kind of say the same thing. It's like, yeah, we got to think of it like someone makes this stuff. Someone has put this together and glued or bolted, that kind of thing. So it's not always a perfect little thing. It's sometimes it's manufactured and it's got crease lines. It's got manufactured bolts. You know. Let me give this a little bit more point. And I'm gonna try something new, since I'm gonna do this with color, but since I've got these, you know, let's add some color here. You know, let's say, well, that's to the back. Ooh, that's not good. Let's do it back here, because when I do this with color, I can always say, well, that's the shadow, and then I'll come back in and add real color. You know. But this will kind of define a few little edges for us, and let us play with shadows. And then we'll say that line goes across like that. Just to give it a little bit of shading. So there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is day one of March of Robots. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures on How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.